Thank you very much, and good to be here. Ever since I was small, I have always been passionate and loved being around boats and ships, and the sea, anything to do with water. And so much so that I always knew that I would join the Merchant Navy. And so at 17, that's what I did. And on my first ship, my first major port that I went to was Cape Town in South Africa. I'm sure many of you know Cape Town in South Africa, that there's this huge great mountain that towers above the city of Cape Town. It's called Table Mountain because it's flat on the top. And as we went in there, I asked the older guys about this mountain because I knew that I wanted to go up there. And they told me it was Table Mountain, but when it came to time to go ashore, none of the older guys were going, so I kind of had to go on my own. And I was 17 years old. I'd never been outside of England before. I'd never been to a big city before, I don't think, really. So I don't know whether I should be wandering around in this place on my own. But it was as if this mountain was saying to me, come on, Phil, you came to see the world, to explore. You get up here now. And it was really calling to me like that. So I did. And I went to the cable car at the bottom and got my ticket, went up in the cable car, and you know what it's like going up in a cable car really high? The vista just opens up before you, doesn't it? And you can see the people down there, the cars milling around in the streets. You could see the waves breaking in on the shore, the turquoise sea, and as you go higher and higher, you kind of feel as though you're going up into the heavens. And it was just wonderful being 17 years old and being up there. Looking south, I could see, or you could see towards the Southern Ocean all the way to Antarctica. If I looked over this way to the west, there's the Atlantic Ocean, all the way to South America. Over this way, the Indian Ocean, all the way to Australia. Behind me, Africa. And this cape is called the Cape of Good Hope. There's something wonderful about that name, the Cape of Good Hope. It was a marvelous experience to be up there. And I walked into the restaurant at the top. And when I walked into the restaurant, it was as if 100 eyes were looking at me. That's what it felt like. But all the faces were not the same colour as my skin. They were all black. Now I didn't feel intimidated or frightened, but I had that kind of feeling that something wasn't quite right. You know that kind of feeling you get when you walk into the women's toilets? If you're a male, a little bit like that. You knew that something wasn't quite right, and you kind of make a U-turn and just go out. I wasn't frightened at all. And I did that, so I came out, and I saw another queue going into another restaurant, and I joined that queue, because they were all white faces. And so I had this experience, and I didn't really know what to do with it. But I went back to the ship, and I couldn't wait to ask the older guys, what happened up there? I walked into this restaurant, and they were just all black people, and walked into the other one, and I felt okay. And of course they told me about apartheid in the system, because this was in 1974. And it gave me then a curiosity for knowing about world affairs, and knowing about the adversity and the challenge that country, South Africa, went through. And some years later I found out about Nelson Mandela, who you met, and gave me this wonderful curiosity about how do we overcome adversity. I knew about my own adversity and my own challenges, but I was really particularly interested in a country like that had its unique own adversities. And more importantly, the question of what is it that's wonderful that comes out of a situation like that? What is it that's wonderful that comes out of adversity? And that's a curiosity that's never, ever left me. Thank you very much.
Okay.